Alright, boys, let me get into the race. I did miss the opening lap because I was unaware I had to re-sign into YouTube, so I do apologize for that. Alright, here we are. I genuinely don't know what lap we're on because I don't think anyone's streaming. So, that does suck. But Eli Bright with his tires... Oh my god, they mess up the spectator view? What in the world? But Eli Bright and Sproles getting through the chicane decently. Eli Bright going extremely wide. That's going to cost him the lead and likely second as well. I can't get over the tires. Sproles and Eli out-qualified the field by nearly a second. So, the 6 and the 8 are going to be the guys to beat. There's one Cup driver in the field that's selected. He's running third. I'm trying to get logged into Twitch so I can see if one of the drivers is streaming so I can get a lap counter for you guys. The top 3 clearly breaking away at an insane pace. Swamp Fox in the back. Pins on pit road. I hope he didn't lag out. I hope that's just an actual pit stop. I'm unsure. It's a long stop if he's on there. Alright, I got a leaderboard up for us, so 10 drivers in the field, a relatively small field, which we're used to in the Xfinity Series. I can tell you who's 6th through 10th, as it looks like Pins might be back on track, so that was just an unscheduled stop, I believe. Yeah, there he is. A lap down. Not what you want early. He's got massive damage on the front end, so clearly had a pit to fix repairs, or fix damage. Man, these tires are screwed up, bro. Eli doing a good job keeping Sproles behind him. Sproles peeking to the inside off the bus stop through the carousel. Sproles has been much better than Eli through this part of the track. Don't count out Selected, though, as you can barely see him at the backside of the screen. He has a good long-run car. Now, Pin with slightly fresher tires. It'll be interesting to see how that affects him towards the later parts of the run, because I assume the leaders have enough fuel to make it. I don't know. The stream I'm using doesn't really show me that. It does show me that Swamp in 9th place did spin out in the bus stop, or on the exit of the bus stop. The estimated fuel is 11 laps. I think they are good on fuel. Sproles to the inside of Eli. Eli pushes wide, nearly getting into the wall. He's going to get a good launch, though, as they head down towards the S's. Here comes Pins. Putting his nose where it doesn't entirely belong, but he's still going to go for it. This is helping Selected gain that battle for the lead. Oh my god, these tires are bad. I agree, Marksman. Check out those tires. We do have a car on pit road. There's 6 laps to go, or 5 laps to go in stage 1. I know, 6 laps to go. They should have enough fuel to make it. I don't know if Swamp's pitting because of damage, but he is definitely splitting the stage in half. That's all Sproles out front. Now, where did Penn go? He must have had some issues as he lost a ton of ground. Alright, we gotta stick with this view because those tires are gonna give me a damn seizure. Oh, and Sproles blows turn 1. He goes wide. That's gonna allow Eli to get a nice launch here heading towards the S's. There are 5 laps to go in stage number 1. I guess as this first stage is almost halfway complete, you could put a blanket over the top 3. The tires are glitching out in unison. Oh, and Sproles hits the grass and wrecks it! Massive damage to that Whataburger front end. And oh my gosh, that made the 16 and the 8 drive wide. That 6 has to have massive damage to that front end of that car. Would not at all be surprised to see him pit this time by. That's the problem with cutting the chicane, man, or cutting the exit of the chicane. Like, technically you can do it, but it's dangerous. You can hop that curb, go right into the wall, just as he did. Oh, and Penn just having a tough day. I'm trying to get it to where we see the front of that 6 car. Yeah, big damage, man. Oh, he almost cut turn 1. That would have been a big, hefty penalty. It would have been a stop and go. I'm surprised Sproles did not pit, though. Selected trying to work his way around him. I said he had a good long run car. It's taken a couple laps for it to come in, but EJC did spin. He was, I believe, in 5th. He's now down to 8th. He's on a scratch on that 16, and then the 6 is just torn up. Oh, selected pitting. Very interesting decision. I wonder if they're coming to 2 to go right here. I'm not. They are coming to 2 to go right here. So 2 laps to go. Pit road is now closed. Very interesting decision by selected to pit. He's not running for points, so these stage points mean nothing to him. Eli Bright, who is leading, has 0 stage wins in his career. So getting his first today could be huge as he sits 11th in points. A hefty 102 back. But your points leader, Swamp Fox, not having a good day. He's battling for 8th right now. And he's putting time on Sproles. I don't know why Sproles didn't just pit. This is just his 2nd start of the season. 5 races in. He's not really running for points. So he's probably have to start towards the back if he had as much damage as it looks like he might have. And here they are coming to the white flag in stage 1, and Sproles going to pit. He's going to get a penalty. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. You can't pit with 2 to go in the stage. Yeah, I think that's going to be like... I can't remember what the penalty is. I know I made the same mistake in the Cup Series race last season at Talladega, and I want to say it was a 30-second... Like, they held me in the pits for a long time, so I assume Sproles is going to get a massive penalty from the game. So who's in 2nd now? Yeah, he's having a long penalty, a long stop. On top of the damage, I don't actually know who's going to be 2nd. I think it might... No, it's definitely not. It might be Spike, maybe. I'm not really sure. If only someone in the top 5 was streaming, this would make things a lot easier. But coming through the penultimate corner, heading to the final corner, EJC about to get lapped. He's going to barely stay on the lead lap. As Eli Bright, he had competition throughout the stage from a couple of different guys, but it's going to be all him. He got his first career pole. He's going to win his first career stage as Eli Bright comes around to get it. So Eli Bright waiting for them to finish. Sproles back out on track. He's behind Swamp, who's 7th. So I assume that's going to put Sproles in 8th. I'm not entirely sure. If only 704 could put a damn... So Spike is under caution. Pins is a lap down. Goddess Sarah as well as Young Colt as well. Okay. So Lieutenant Dangles got 5th. Your official top 5 goes as followed. Eli Bright with the stage win. They have Spike Buck, Young Colt, Goddess Sarah, and Lieutenant Dangles getting very important stage points there. Selected, Swamp Fox, D Sproles, EJC, and Pins round out your top 10. Pins the only car a lap down. So CMS finishing 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on that stage. Eli Bright not on a team to take over the stage win to. Here we go for stage 2. Selected and Sproles. Since they pit, they will be your leaders. So now I see why Sproles pit. He sacrificed current track position to restart on the front row. Very interesting strategy call. 9 laps in stage number 2. Ooh, Young Colt and EJC making contact. Selected going wide. EJC is around hard into the wall of Spike Buck. We are on relaxed cautions, and I highly... Oh, that's a caution! I did not expect that to be. Man, that changes everything strategy-wise. Sproles is your leader. Eli Bright jumped back up to 2nd. Selected fell to 3rd. Not a great restart for that 16 car. He is in the Cup All-Star ride for CMS, I should mention. It looks like right now only Spike Buck and EJC are pitting, but there's still 10 seconds left on the timer. Just our second caution here as we are early portions of stage number 2. So Sproles, Eli Bright, Selected, Young Colt, and Swamp Fox will be your top 5 on the restart. Young Colt going for the dive bomb. He's going to get into Eli and into Sproles. I think that's going to be enough for him to take the lead. Oh, I don't know. Sproles with a huge run off turn number 1. They're beating and banging for 3rd. Selected got used up by Swamp Fox. 4 wide through the S's. Oh, and EJC, Lieutenant Dangles in the wall. A lot just happened. But it's all Sproles out front. Man, those tires are beyond irritating, I gotta be honest. Sproles with a huge lead over 2nd place. This happened at Richmond in his other start this season. He had a really good car. He didn't finish where he probably should have. They are 3 wide through the carousel. It's Eli Bright bouncing off Goddess Sarah back there. That's outside the top 5. Eli Bright started in the front row. Pins using up Young Colt a little bit. Oh, and Goddess Sarah not happy with Pins. I don't know if he broke early or what. Ooh. Oh, Eli Bright and Selected nearly going down pit road. Sarah dives up the inside of Pins. Oh, and Young Colt using up Selected. Goddess Sarah is around. So is Young Colt. Not a good corner for CMS. EJC as well was in it. That is a caution, the 3rd caution of the day. 2nd if you don't include stage cautions. So it looks like Selected, Eli Bright, EJC, Goddess Sarah, and Young Colt are all pitting. The top 3 appear to be staying out so far, as well as 5th and 6th. Yep. 5 pit, 5 stay out. So Sproul, Swamp Fox, Pins, Dangles, and Spikebuck are your top 5. Everyone else from 6th on back did pit for tires, I would assume. Let's see how that works out for them. How many laps to go? 2 to go in stage 2. If there's a caution, this stage is over. And Swamp Fox, your points leader, goes out to an early lead. Pins drifting behind him. Sproul did a crossover. It looks like it will work as Swamp will fall from 1st to 3rd there. Spikebuck up to 4th. EJC in 5th. Oh, Eli Brighton. God, is Sarah making some contact? Heading down towards the bus stop. It's a BTBM 123 right now. Oh, and Spikebuck kind of got moved out of the way by EJC. It looked like, damn it, I can't get on the right camera view. Selected not having the kind of day I expected, to be honest. Oh, and we almost have a crash. Dangles and EJC butting heads out there. That is a battle for 5th and the final stage point. Pins to the inside of Swamp Fox. Teammates going at it, and teammates using each other up. White flag is out for stage number 2 for Sproles. As that battle for 2nd continues to heat up. That battle for 3rd is getting real as well. Oh, and Spike, I don't know what happened there. Spike with the dive bomb killing Pins, ruining his chance for stage points. Spike as well is getting his ruined. The stage is over. That's a caution. What a boneheaded move by your Richmond winner. Alright, so your stage results go. Sproles with the win. Then you have Swamp Fox, EJC, Dangles, and Pins. Very interesting. I read chat there. Someone said his controller died. So, according to Spikebuck, Eli might have made a little contact with him. It looked like Eli was making a 3-out on the outside, so I'm really sure how that forced him to the inside. I do know the top 2 stayed out. EJC and Eli Bright are your leaders. 3rd on back did pit. The stage 3 for the Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. 20 laps to settle it. Oh, and Swamp gonna move Eli way up out of the way. This is Swamp's time. Look at them scatter, man. Oh, EJC just hit the damn wall off turn 1. And a hard hit for that 21 car. No caution. Massive damage. That strategy call to stay out, not looking so fly now, isn't it? Eli Bright, though, back out front. Swamp Fox trying to reel him in. Swamp had a terrible first stage, but ever since then, he's looked quite racy. I don't know if he genuinely has a top 3 car, though, man. I think it's just these short runs helping him. I see he did get used up by Sproles there, pushed him really wide. And Sproles now moving to 2nd place. Oh, and Eli Bright going real wide. So 19 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. And I assume the cautions are not done. Looks like Dangle's running 4th and God is Sarah running 5th. And Sarah up to 4th, using up Dangle's a little bit. Oh, and he's using her up. Oh, man. That was almost a David Rudiman 2011 style crash. I can't imagine the Ford's going to be happy with him for that one. Selected now behind Dangles. Does he rough up the 74 for him roughing up his teammate? Ooh, the 74 was a complete cut to the bus stop. Ooh, someone's wrecking midway down the... Oh, and there goes the 15 and the 4. Teammates wrecking. That's got to be a caution, right? I think it... Yeah, that's a caution. With 19 laps to go, the CMS car is wrecking hard with Goddess Sarah and Young Colt. Spikebuck was in it as well, who is obviously another CMS car. So, with 19 laps to go, your running order goes Eli Bright, Sproul, Swamp Fox, Dangles, and Selected. Eli Bright looks to be pitting. You don't have enough fuel to make it from here to the end. And that's if you assume we'll go green flag till the end. With relaxed caution, I'm surprised we're getting this many yellows. So it looks like Sproles and Selected stayed out. Everybody else pit. Side by side. Oh, and Swamp Fox using Selected up, and that's going to use the 6 up as well. I hear a big wreck happening as that dangles around. It is. Sproles having a wild ride. Eli Bright bouncing off the wall. These guys are going crazy, man. Everyone's punting each other. Sproles now about to use up Goddess Sarah. Oh, he kind of hopped the line. I don't know how he managed to hold on to that car. Going over on the carousel is not easy to hold on to. So that was a change for 4th. EJC in 6th, looking for... Oh no, he got passed by Pins. Never mind. As they come around, how many laps to go? 15 to go. And unless they save, nobody can make it on fuel. Luckily, this is kind of an easy track to save on, but... Oh, they're spinning in sync back there. What in the hell? I've always been more of a backstreet kind of guy myself, but in sync's alright. I would assume that's a caution. There was like 4 cars parked sideways on track. But caution's not out yet. I'm watching Swamp stream. As Eli Bright did make his way... Oh, and there goes Swamp. He got used up by Sproul, his teammate. Swamp can't be happy about that. And Swamp is your points leader. Swamp came into this race with a 26-point lead over Spikebuck. Obviously stage points help, but with every spot being 1 point, and if you win you get 5 more per second, 26 points is a lot to make up. So Swamp falls down to 4th. The 3 fastest cars all day are 1, 2, 3. Not in the same order, but... Because there's now 14 laps to go. And Sproles drove it in deep. And there's a caution, that's why. So now, you can pit from here and make it. You can also stay out from here and make it. But I would just get those fresh tires. Selected and Eli are pitting. Looks like Sproul and Swamp currently staying out. So Swamp is pitting. Young Colt and Sproles have not made the move. There goes Young Colt. Lieutenant Dangles and Sproles have not made the move to pit yet. There they go. They're all pitting. 15 seconds left. I assume. There we go. The entire field pits. I don't expect too many position changes. I should. Young Colt jumping 4 spots to get to first. Interesting. Was that just a splash and go? 2 tires? What was that? Young Colt has 2 straight 3rd place finishes. He has not been a top 3 car today. But can he continue the streak? It's going to be up for grabs whoever gets that 5th spot. The top 4 best cars have been pretty obvious with the 16, the 6, the 8, and the 47. Obviously that's Sproles, Selected, Eli, and Swamp, if you don't know the car numbers. Ooh, and Pin just straight cutting. So whoever gets 5th, obviously the top 4 as a whole are up for grabs. We've seen that in the Xfinity Series. Basically no one who's dominated a race has ended up winning. But Watkins Glen is a little different of an animal. The 6 trying to side draft the 16 here late. Neither of the top 2 running for points. The 16 is a cup driver. The 6 is a free agent who can run both due to his non-commitment to either being full-time. And the 6 winning that little battle. I don't know how he won it. He was in the unpreferred groove. unpreferred groove. There we go. Selected kind of using Sproles up a little bit as a bump and run. This has brought the 8 right back up to him. Now the 21 saying I have a chance to be in top 5 here. As EJC gonna try battling for the lead. I don't know, man. Selected, he has the speed, but he keeps finding himself. Oh, and he sent Eli Bright packing. Oh, and he sent himself packing in the process. But Selected has been in the preferred groove for a lot of these battles, and he just doesn't come up victorious in terms of holding on or passing the guy. Oh, and EJC going way off track. Reminder to stay tuned after the race, as we will be interviewing the top 3 drivers. Alright, I was reminding the drivers about the interview. So, obviously I didn't miss much. Sproul is checked out. Young Colt's strategy is just downhill. Sproul with easily a 1.5 seconds advantage over the field. These guys are pushing 704 to their limits in terms of cutting that chicane. Eli Bright's been quick all race. He was your pole sitter, your stage 1 winner. If anyone can run down Sproles, I would think it'd be him. However, Sproles has been mighty quick too. All 3 of these drivers in the top, actually the top 4 are all trying to get their first career Bora Xfinity Series win. The top 2 are trying to get their first ever Bora win in general. As Selected didn't win Watkins Glen last season in the Cup Series, so that's why he chose this race as his 2nd of his possible 5. If this race goes green to the end, though, I do like Selected's chances. However, he allowed the top 2 to break away so far. So that battle for 5th heating up as Penn has just reeled in Swamp Fox. Penn's looking to the inside. These 2 finished 1st and 2nd at Atlanta in race 2. Race to a lot of respect. Let's see how they do here. They are teammates as well at BTBM. So I reckon they won't do anything to jeopardize a 5th place finish. Different racing for a win. Spike, but currently 7th. It looks like Scott is Sarah 8th. Not a great day for CMS. And then Young Colt 10th. I think he might have pit. I'm not really sure. I think Eli Bright might be reeling in Sproles, so we might have a race on our hands here soon. As we have 7 laps to go. Yeah, Eli Bright definitely reeling him in. It's a battle of mayonnaise or Whataburger. Oh, and Sproles completely blowing the 2nd half of the chicane. So we go on board that number 8. Some more contact for 5th between Swamp Fox and Pins. Sproles really just has to hit his marks and be consistent here. 6 to go this time by. He has a comfortable gap over the 8, but if he makes 1 or 2 mistakes, that 8 car is swallowing him up. And 6 laps is a lot of laps to ask someone to be consistent. I really wish I could see the gap between the 8 and the 6, man. 704, help us out. With a 6 nearly clipping the grass. I can't imagine that'll help him. The battle for third starting to heat up as EJC and Swamp Fox starting to gain on selected. And as I say that, he just pulls away. He's been completely gapped by the top two. Eli Bright and Sproul is staying pretty similar to the last lap. Sproul's might have lost a little bit off the final corner. 5 laps to go here in the Bora Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. Tune in tomorrow night at 8:30 Eastern Time as the Cup Series tackles Iowa for what should be a very good race. Oh, and Swamp Fox using up EJC for fourth and selected hard into the wall. The 47 and the 21. Oh my God, what just happened? Selected. And that helped Pins out to third. I don't know what happened to selected. Someone in the chat earlier said my man's controller died. I think selected's might have. What in the world? Tough break for the 21 and the 47 as they most definitely got a little bit of damage off that. Oh, and EJC is around hard. Oh, and selected's around behind him. What are y'all doing? Man, selected. Caution is out. Selected had the most disappointing moment I've ever seen. So caution's out. I know Swamp Fox got 4 seconds worth of repairs, which he will be. Oh, and he's just pitting for repairs. No tires. That's going to hurt him big time, but track position means everything. Sproles and Eli have not made the move to pit yet. Alright, coming to the green for what I can only assume is overtime, or 2 laps to go. It is Sproles and Eli out front, then you have Pins and Spike, and then Selected and Swamp. 2 laps to go to settle things at Watkins Glen. The fastest cars never seem to win these Xfinity races, and it's been the 8 and the 6 all racing. There goes the 16 using up his teammate. Spikebuck has not been a top 5 car all day, but here he is. If the 36 and the 8 get to battling, that just basically hands the 6 car the win. Eli got through the bus stop very well. Looks like he's going to get through the carousel maybe a little bit better than the 6. Oh, he's going way wide. Way wide. He's so wide I can't even see him on the camera. Oh, he lost it off the carousel. That gave Sproul everything he needed. Coming to the white flag in the Bora Xfinity Series at Watkins Glen. I think Sproul might have brushed the wall off the final corner. If there's a caution now, this race is over. Sproul handled turn 1 very well. Eli Bright going wide. Looks like that might have helped Eli a little bit. I don't know. Coming to the S's. Oh, Sproul did not get a good entry to the second half of the S's. But I think he's fine. He's got a good, healthy lead. About half a second over Eli. Pins and Swamp are there, but they're not really there. EJC passed Spikebuck for 5th. The bus stop. Oh, and Sproul's taking a very awkward line through it. So does Eli, side by side in the carousel. Eli Bright's close enough to make a bump, or use the bumper in the final 2 corners. Oh my goodness. A couple corners left here at Watkins Glen. Does Eli use the bumper? He dives in deep to the second to final corner. Final corner now. Eli's there. He uses the bumper. It's not going to be enough off the final corner. It's all Sproles as Sproles wins it at Watkins Glen. And what a finish it was. Pins holds off Swamp for third. EJC gets fifth. Spikebuck sixth. Selected, Young Colt, Lieutenant Dangles, and Goddess Sarah round out your top 10. What a finish, man. And that is arguably the best finish we've had in Bora this season. What a damn finish. Once we get back to the lobby, we are going to try to get your winner, your runner-up, etc. into here for an interview. And man, what a finish. I mean, we had drivers getting down into the 108 style at that race. Wow. Races like that hype me up, man. What a finish. What a race. Alright, we're about to get the winner Sproles in here. Why is my screen like so messed up? Okay, there we go, I guess. Still trying to get Sproles in here, so I apologize. Alright. I had to call Spikebuck so he would invite Sproles. Oh, man. I can't wait for this race to get uploaded. That was good stuff. All right. Your winner, Sproles, is finally here. Sproles, you got us. Oh. All right. Your winner, Sproles, is finally here. Sproles, you got us.
I'm here. Tangle pelt.
Sorry, I was making sure your audio share settings were on. All right, man. What a
Cool.
finish. That had to have been the best finish in Bora this season between you and Eli. Did you think he was going to move you there at the end?
I was right. I knew it, 100%. So as soon as I got into the getting into the final turn, I pretty much just stopped in the middle of the corner.
Yeah, man. What a show.
That was fun.
A lot of cautions today. The first stage went extremely clean. Did you get a penalty whenever you pit? I think coming to the white flag.
Yeah, I got a black flag I had to serve. I think like 20 seconds or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that on stream, but you came out pretty fast. So I wasn't really sure, and I didn't understand why you did it. I guess to fix the damage and then start up front for the second stage. Pretty good strategy.
Yep.
Well, you probably should have won Richmond, and then you didn't, obviously. Does today make up for it?
That one hurt a little bit. Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. This is my first league win in like a year and a half or something like that. I don't get to race much, so pretty excited when I get to race and I actually win.
I mean, all races between you and Eli, so I'm glad it actually came down between you and Eli and not some random caution that added someone else to the mix. So, great race, honestly. If you have anyone to shout out or something.
That whole last, I think it was like, before we got that final caution, the last like 5 or 6 laps, it was like the gap would just stay at like 1.2 and he'd gain it 2/10 or I'd gain 2/10, and it was really kind of stressful. I'm like, man, one mess up and he's right here.
Yeah, we mentioned that on stream.
But now I'd like to shout out my sponsors, Whataburger. You know, get a good, greasy, delicious burger. The Back to Blue Motorsports, all them boys over there backing me up. It was good stuff. FBGM, Mom, I appreciate you. And man, I just made $10. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that interview could have went better. That was my fault. All right. Next, we're up interviewing Eli. Yo, Eli, you got me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Man, what a race between you and Sproul. Tell us about it.
It was fun. We both had really good cars. I think I was better than him in stage 1, but he was definitely better in stage 2. Stage 3, I got stuck in the back and he was up front. I tried to run him down when that caution came out, and basically that final restart was a free-for-all, so yeah. I didn't want to wreck him for a win, so good on him.
I saw you give the bumper, but you could have done a lot more if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that guy.
So there's a lot of cautions there. It started off really clean, and a lot of cautions came out, and you managed to stay up front in front of everything. So pretty good race strategy for you, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't want to be back in the sucker hole. I did that once and I got crashed, so didn't want to do that one again.
Yeah. Well, I think this is your best finish in the Xfinity series. Arguably should have came up with a win, but at least you got your first pole and first stage win.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, don't want to take up too much of your time. Congrats on the runner-up finish. All right. Let's try to get third place in here. The first interview took so long. I don't know if Pins is still on to interview. All right, I'm going to give Pins a few moments. And then if he doesn't come on, we'll end the stream. Alright, looks like Pins is going to come on for that final interview. Alright, Pins, you got me? Alright, it's been a while since we interviewed you. Good third place finish today. Kind of surprising third place. You ran towards the back most of the day, but when it counted most, you appeared. You pit extremely early in stage 1. What was that about? Mm. Honestly, I thought you lagged out to be when that happened. I didn't think anyone would be able to pit. So what did you do that was different? Alright, well, stream's running along, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Congrats on the third place, man. Alright, have a good one. Alright, so with that, we will end the stream here. Congrats to Sproles, his first career Bora win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, see you guys next time. Later.